Boom to the hay, all you sports fans out there in the tubosphere. Welcome to the OMSR. I am your brief but very concise host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Drill. Along with Dwayne, darn that ultimate sports fan, the OMSR mascot, darning natting all the drop passes by Oregon. First half might have been very different, sports psychology and all that. Few the podcast Alpha House sweethearts. Do your review chapter Alpha Tau. Giving you props. Good days. Alright. Intro show thingalingamajin, so you know the clip order coming up. From the game, put together a montage and more analysis. Clips of the highlights, key moment, first half. That's what Dwayne's darning natting about. Great pass here from Cardale. Boom, Rose and rope. Here's our segue to the quickie sport rant. The subconscious psychology of officials and players, what to do with the ball when you score. Good times in Oregon, or think, alright, here we go. Here we come. Comeback trail, just like MSU. The difference in the way the ball bounced with similar QB fumbles. Dude had to go to the ground here and not be able to score, which led to another field goal. There's your third down play. So close. Tight end. Got three dudes around him. I don't know. And the running game was just not happening in this game. Royce wasn't in there a lot. I don't know what happened. They didn't talk about that a lot. Dylan Marcus's pain. Face Oregon, not since the likes of Joey Harrington, but you know, not as off-putting as he was. And unfortunately, he loses his final bowl game when Joey won his. Alright. Quickie sport rant, it's been my theory a couple years now. I've seen referees, you know, be handed a ball, they let it drop, they're like frozen in this pose for like they're trying out for their post-officiating career as a still life model. You know, the players are told, don't overly celebrate in the end zone, hand the ball off, toss the ball off. Referees just let it bounce off their chest sometimes. Hello, that's kind of like rude. So I submit to you. Players have been like, alright, referees may be trying to show me up. I'm going to stand there for more than 2 or 3 seconds. Okay, we get the signal and there's 2 of you doing it. I'm just going to, like, once I get over the 1-inch line, I'm going to drop the ball. Sort of like an anti-celebration as a celebration. Alright, well, maybe we just stop doing that. Maybe the NCAA needs to tell the officials, hey, you're making the conference look bad. You're making us look like we're more interested in protocol than accommodating players. Hey, seriously. Yeah, Urban Meyer just keeps on trucking along. Impressive. Although Cardale at third string, he's got like the second prettiest spiral in all of major football this year. And that bass-backwards talent assessment there going on, it's going to make for an interesting spring. Alright, so plenty of videos coming, or video highlights rather, coming up. Thanks for watching. No silly DUIs while you're out there, sports and alcohol. You know, if you're going to be tying one on, celebrating this week, or drinking your sorrows away, it's understandable. Just pace yourself. Roll clip.
Columbus, your thoughts? Ohio State, 4th drive this season of 95 or more yards. Think about that for a second. Here's Mariota. Tiesto wide open. Dwayne Stanford. Damn timing there.
Big time play in this ball game. 2 back-to-back third down drops for Oregon. And they had a chance. How are they reacting? They're not so happy.
Cincinnati, Ohio native and dropped down to Tuesday. Minute 27 left in the first. Buckeyes driving. He's a reverse. You see how he was running guys over, just running through shackles. I mean, he was just physically imposing his will on Oregon's defense all night long. And a great job by Cardale right here. Once you get the running game going, his ability to reach, obviously all the backups will come on. Finds his tight end right behind him. Everything was working in place. 14-7 run in the second quarter. The Buckeyes are driving again. They muffed the exchange. Jones to Elliott. A rare mistake recovered by Oregon. What happened here, fellas?
Yes, you take it. Well, no, I'll take it. I don't know if he was going to keep it, if he was going to pull it, and then they were indecisive, and then we fumbled the ball, and Oregon recovered. That's the problem you have sometimes with that read zone, because you don't know if the quarterback's going to get it or keep it.
Here's Oregon just to tie the game. Mariota, short, brings up 4th and goal. Here's critical decision time, too. They're going to go for it. Thomas tied right in the middle. He's stood up before the goal line. They turn it over on downs.
Oregon's not about that. Like, they're not built like that. You have to go to Ohio State to stop them in a short yardage situation like that. Ohio State's too physical for the Oregon Ducks.
9 minutes to play in the first half. Here's Jones. And what a throw. And he's wide open, which helps. By Corey Smith, but he falls on his way there. Recovered again by Oregon.
And this is the only thing that kept Oregon in the game in the first half. This game was the second up for East Ball. Exactly. I like it. But you know what, though?
watch the interior rush doing a great job. You got to do line stunts. You got to do something to get to your quarterback. Great job flushing him immediately and then bringing him down at 7 o'clock.
Adolphus Washington there on the sack. Over 6 minutes to play in the half. Here's Jones. Rolling out.
I mean, what a big man he is.
And a big throw deep downfield at 7, good for 45.
Watch how Jones maneuvers in the pocket, though. Give his receivers some time to complete the route. This is a long route. It takes a while to develop. See how he steps up, rolls a little bit to his right, and then launches it down the field right there in the bread basket. I tell you what, that Cardale Jones, man, he is a special quarterback.
So we know he can throw. We know he can move, and then he's got the footwork in
At the half.
That was exactly the same score of last year's national championship game, and the Heisman Trophy winner able to rally Florida State against Auburn. But this time it was Cardale Jones doing the work. Michael Thomas, remember that great catch he made in the Sugar Bowl? Right in that time. Buckeyes inches away from an 18-point lead later in the drive. Jones' pass is going to be bobbled and picked up by Danny Mattingly. Ohio State's handling the ball like it's been bathed in baby oil and wrapped in rattlesnakes. They're just getting there and giving the thing away.
Critical mistakes. Oregon not able to capitalize on it, but Oregon's like, we're not a non-profit. We're not giving this away for free, boys.
So Mariota has an answer.
Next play.
Byron Marshall. See you later. Locked on and he's gone, but you must carry the football across the plane of the goal line. Why is it so hard to just hand it to the officials, Desmond?
I have absolutely no idea. You know, when guys do it, it's like the ultimate bonehead play. Just hand the ball to the officials, cross the goal line. They did rule that ball. He was lucky. He was lucky. Yeah, just go in there and stay on pose.
Look at how close this is. They called it a touchdown probably right before they do that.
He is an inch away from being a not top 10 player.
And we saw that what Clay did in the Utah game when he dropped it and turned around the whole game. So
Look at the kid yellow. The kid yellow was
The officials took him off the hook, man.
He did. Cardale Jones.
somebody to take him out the hook after this.
Hey, you went on James Winston on the people. How is it that Oregon continues to force these types of turnovers? Look how similar it was as the heat was coming. But Tony Washington ended up taking it for a touchdown in the Rose Bowl. This time the Ducks just get the football.
Eric Armstead didn't get the memo. He needed to scoop that score. And Dolphins that's turnover number 4 for Ohio State. And their defense continues to battle.
Should have been dominating this game. They were not, and they still controlled the line of scrimmage. Mariota, Evan Bayless in a terrific play by Eli Apple to shove Bayless out of the back of the end zone.
Great job. Don't let him get his foot down. Don't even let him attempt to get the foot down. Oh, look at another field goal.
21-20 now. Fight that team across the field. Shows them Ezekiel Elliott here. And young big fella just kept eating. After a Sugar Bowl record 230 yards, he'd go for more than 2 bills again. Running over Ducks and scoring. Picking on the liquor system and how they got him free, Dan.
That's what's so impressive about Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, they're running a counter play. They're going to pull the down, bring the backside tackle, but he runs over two players, goes to the end zone, standing up. I mean, the physicality of Ezekiel Elliott, he just imposed his will on would-be tacklers tonight for the Oregon Ducks all night long.
Ohio State doesn't slow Eagle varsity in the fourth quarter. 98-4 over the last 10 seasons. So we go to the fourth quarter. And Cardale Jones, this time Michael Thomas gets in easily and stays in and continues to run another explosive play. Oregon gave up more in this game than it had the entire season. Look at the time. 12-game pass to unleash one to Jalen.
That's a theme. Every time he's got so much time. Look at that. It's a clean pocket. I know we talked about Oregon only rushing 3, and Oregon really took advantage of it. And then they got the red zone. What's his name again?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Heard that 400 times tonight. He's still running.
Third touchdown of the night, and look at the people in Columbus starting to feel it as Elliott goes in to make it a 15-point Buckeye lead. Into an Oregon drive. 8:28 to go. It's 3rd and 27. Mariota. Stanford hangs on to this one, but Oregon forced punt.
Yeah, I thought they might put it on for it. Obviously, they get a hold of it, they get the football back, and they get another try on 3rd and 11. This time they got to go for it with 2 minutes left in the ball game. Mariota's got to try to make something happen.
So with under 3 minutes to go, down 15, pinned in your own end. Mariota way too turns it over on downs, and the reality of what's about to happen is setting in Eugene. The disappointed Oregon fans, dismayed knowing that it is slipping away. Championship, a historic victory for Cardale Jones in the end of a great run. Marcus Mariota and the Ducks. Cardale, LeBron embrace, and Ohio State is indeed number one. 42-20 as Urban Meyer joins Nick Saban as the only coaches to win national championships at multiple schools. 42-20, the Buckeyes win the national championship. An unthinkable proposition when they lost to Virginia Tech back on September 6th. Sometimes they recognize that Ohio State doesn't really need to be an underdog, I don't think. They are now 6-0 since 2012, including their last three games.
It's just, you put so much work, you put so much effort into the year, and you know, it's tough. I mean, it's tough to go out with a loss, but that's just, things happen. And you know, Ohio State played a great game today, great program. You know, they just out-executed us for, you know, a couple more quarters, and just the way it happens.
I love this guy and will forever, and absolutely couldn't be luckier to coach him and be around him every day. And I think he's kind of one of those guys. It's around our neck of the woods. It's kind of like Madonna or Cher or whatever. It's Marcus, and that's kind of his name has reached. He's an adjective and definitely a very just. Again, the impact that he's had on the field is extremely significant. Off the field, probably.
Oregon lost 2 4th and 2s and didn't make it, so that was a key. They drop a key pass early. They hold them. They've got them down on the goal line twice, where you got to get points with your defense. Ohio State takes it right down and scores.
Cardale looks a little bit like this guy used to back in the day. He'd run into big, I'm not talking about cornerback, he'd run into nose tackles. He falls forward. What's the mental toll of just realizing that you're not as tough and you're maybe not even as fast either?
Well, he can relate to that a lot better than you and I. But just watching guys like him.
That was not my calling.
Now watch,
let's go for 3.
Yeah,
understood.
But watching him at 6'5", 250, it's not just he's running over people. I hope the audience understands how rare this is to see a guy not play and to be thrown into a conference championship game, a semifinal game against Alabama with Nick Saban with the time to get ready, and then 11 days later a national championship. Guys, it wasn't just he was executing. It was as if he's been out there his whole life.
The stakes get higher for their game.
Right. It
doesn't happen.
Incredible. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You don't go out there and perform like that, although he had a few bad turnovers near the end. But you don't go out there and perform like that in your first, second, and third start in your college career. It's crazy.
Hey, we here, man.